for their services. Kubne and Popeyes raised prices today due to increased costs, including delivery fees and labor, citing inflation and rising costs in Korea. Coupang raised WOW membership fee by 58.1% after 2 years and 4 months. Now for local news. Busan City announced that it will implement the Stray Animal Pet Insurance Support Project, which supports insurance for families adopting stray dogs, starting from today. This project aims to ease health concerns and financial burdens for adopted stray dogs, boosting adoption rates. The pet insurance covers 60% of treatment costs, up to 10 million won annually for injuries or illnesses at animal hospitals. The 2024 Busan International Boat Show will kick off on April 19th, showcasing a diverse array of marine leisure industries, including yachts and boats. Hosted by Busan City and the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, the event will take place at Bexco and along the Suyong River from April 19th to the 21st. Organized by the Korea Maritime Leisure Network and Bexco and others, the show celebrates its 10th anniversary this year. Time for international news. As Iran launched its first ever direct attack on Israeli territory, escalating the crisis in the Middle East to its peak, the international community moved urgently even on a Sunday. Leaders of the Group of Seven, or G7, convened a virtual summit on the 14th local time to discuss the clash between Iran and Israel and the situation in the Middle East. After the meeting, Charles Michel, president of the European Union Council, tweeted, "We unanimously condemn Iran's unprecedented attack on Israel. All parties must exercise restraint." Additionally, the European Union is contemplating sanctions on Iranian drones and missiles. Time now for the weather. It is currently 15 degrees Celsius and rainy. It will average around 16 degrees this evening. A strong wind advisory is in effect in the Busan area. That's all we have time for this hour's news. Thanks for listening. You're listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with David Kim. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Back in the day, receiving mail was a big deal. It brought people together and built excitement. Letters and packages went on long journeys with postmen. And when the mail finally arrived, it was a moment of joy. People couldn't wait to hear from loved ones or get special deliveries. Waiting for the mail taught us to be patient and value the effort it took to communicate. Getting a letter was like a personal touch, making us feel connected to faraway folks. It had a warmth and nostalgia that emails and texts just can't replicate. So when was the last time you waited for a handwritten letter? Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is David Kim, and welcome to For Your Busan. Let's kick off with this song, Start Over Again by New Hope Club.
Hang up on me. I know you probably think I'm mad. Oh no. But I haven't been to sleep, thinking of ways to get you back. Oh no. And I wonder if I'm in trouble with your older brother. I don't think you even kept my number. If only we could do it all again. Oh no. I wouldn't spill the drink on your dress, wouldn't be so late. I would have paid the bill instead of splitting it two ways. Would have told you you look beautiful instead of you look nice. Good, I couldn't be more stupid even if I tried. Oh, I wish we could start over again. I bet you told your friends it was the worst night of your life. Oh, yeah. And I wish I could pretend, but we both know you're probably right. Oh, yeah. And if I'm honest, a second date with you is all I wanted. I just hope I haven't gone and blown it. If only we could do this all again. Oh yeah. I wouldn't spill the drink on your dress, wouldn't be so late. I would've paid the bill instead of splitting it two ways. Would've told you you look beautiful instead of you look nice. Good, I couldn't be more stupid even if I tried. I wouldn't spill the drink on your dress, wouldn't be so late. I would've paid the bill instead of splitting it two ways. Would've told you you look beautiful instead of you look nice. Good, I couldn't be more stupid even if I tried. Oh, I wish we could start over again. And I wonder if I'm in trouble with your older brother. I don't even think you kept my number. If only we could do this all again. I wouldn't spill the drink on your dress, wouldn't be so late. I would've paid the bill instead of splitting it two ways. Would've told you you look beautiful instead of you look nice. Good, I couldn't be more stupid even if I tried. I wouldn't spill the drink on your dress, wouldn't be so late. I would've paid the bill instead of splitting it two ways. Would've told you you look beautiful instead of you look nice. Good, I couldn't be more stupid even if I tried. Oh, I wish we could start over again.
Start Over Again by New Hope Club. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to For Your Busan. I am your host, David Kim. Now, back in the old days, the post offices were very busy places where folks bought stamps and sent letters. But nowadays, it's more about sending packages and paperwork than handwritten notes. And that's probably why I hardly ever get letters anymore. How about you guys? You know, I can't even remember the last time I got one, to be honest. Nowadays, postmen do more than just deliver letters. In Busan, they're spreading some cheer by delivering personal greetings too. There's also a cool project happening where postmen are keeping an eye on the health of dementia patients during their deliveries. This project started in Namgu last month, and now Bukgu is getting in on it too. Around 1,600 registered dementia patients in Bukgu will get special registered mail deliveries where the postman will check in on their health. And during these visits, the postman will chat with the patients and take note of how they're doing. And the information will be sent to the Dementia Relief Center, which will provide support services for the patients. And the aim is to visit about 200 patients' homes each month. And we're hoping this new service will really make a difference for dementia patients in Busan City. Now, today's text topic kind of revolves around sending handwritten letters to people around, maybe around you, maybe around the world. And so today's text topic is just that. 지금 내가 편지를 쓴다면 누구에게 가장 편지를 쓰고 싶으신 건가요? Let us know. Text us who you would want to write a handwritten letter to. And you can send those messages to pound 9050 샵 9050. It will cost you 101. Or add us on Kakao Talk by searching for 부산영어방송. Add us as a friend and chat with us there. Or join us live on YouTube. 지금 유튜브 생방송 참여하시고 chat 또 해주세요. Chat with us there. Text topic once again was, if you could write a letter, a handwritten letter to someone right now, who is it to? 지금 내가 편지를 쓴다면 누구에게 가장 편지를 쓰고 싶은 건가요? Yes, and meanwhile, I'll tell you some of the segments that are coming your way today. In the first half, we have Busan Is, which is short for Busan is Amazing. We get to dive into all the reasons that make Busan such a wonderful place to live in. We'll bring you the latest updates and insights in the Busan News Information segment with our 6 p.m. news anchor, Hong Dang-dang. We also have DJ, which is short for David's Journal, and discover what caught my eye today. It's our chance to share innovative and creative sparks with you and Busan hot places. Now, this segment takes you on a journey through Busan, showcasing the city's most exciting events, must-see attractions, and some great, cool, vibrant activities. And reporter Jimmy will bring these experiences to you, highlighting what makes Busan the place to be. And in the second half, we have On the Mic, we have Busan's Tale, and Busan's Quiz segment. 네, 오늘도 문자, 카카오톡, 그리고 너튜브 라이브 댓글로 참여해 주신 분들께 선물이 기다립니다. 저와 함께 2시간 끝까지 같이 해주시길 바랍니다. Because you could potentially win a prize or two. So participate via text messages, KakaoTalk, and a live chat. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, and it is time for Busan Is, which is short for Busan is Amazing. And for that, for our news information segment, we have Hong Dang-dang in the studio.
안녕하세요. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
네, good, fantastic, excellent. Thank you.
Very good. We see progress.
점점 늘어나고 있는 이 당당함.
맞습니다.
뻔뻔함이 되지 않았으면 좋겠습니다.
No, nothing is ever 뻔뻔해 with you.
네.
All right, so we've got news updates. Please tell us our first news.
네, 비가 내리는 월요일입니다. 부산 북항 재개발 지역의 랜드마크이자 지역 문화예술 건축의 상징으로 주목받고 있는 부산 오페라 하우스 건립 공사가 오는 5월 다시 재개됩니다. 부산시는 오늘 오페라 하우스 건물의 주 출입구가 있는 정면부를 뜻하는 파사드 재설계 추진 현황을 설명하고 이달 말 재설계를 마무리 짓고 공사를 다시 시작한다고 밝혔는데요. 시는 2026년 12월 공사를 마무리하고 본격적인 개관 준비에 나설 계획입니다. 오페라 하우스는 지난 2012년 국제 공모로 노르웨이 스노헤타사의 고난도 3차원 비정형 인면 디자인을 반영한 진주를 품은 조개 형상이 당선작으로 선정되면서 많은 화제를 모았는데 2018년 착공 이후에 건물 외장 디자인의 핵심인 파사드, 아까 말씀드렸죠. 그 주 출입구가 있는 정면부의 공법상의 문제와 대한공법 등의 논란으로 공사가 계속 지연되고 있습니다.
Right. The construction of the Busan Opera House, a landmark in the Busan North Port redevelopment area, and a symbol of local cultural and artistic architecture will resume in May after a year-long redesign process. The Busan city revealed the progress of the redesign of the Opera House facade. And once construction of the Opera House is back on track, it's planned to be completed by December 2026, with preparations for its opening beginning in earnest.
네, 부산의 해양 관광 상품인 펜스타 부산 원나잇 크루즈 탑승객이 20만 명을 넘어섰습니다. 지난 주말 운항한 원나잇 크루즈에 승객 360여 명이 탑승하면서 2004년 12월 취항 이후 누적 탑승객 20만 명을 돌파하게 된 겁니다. 펜스타 그룹은 오늘 오후 부산항 국제여객 터미널에서 기념식을 열고 20만 번째 탑승객에게 홋카이도 크루즈 승선권을 증정했는데요. 원나잇 크루즈는 취항 이후 매년 1만 명 이상이 이용하면서 2010 2013년 8월에 이미 탑승객 10만 명을 돌파했습니다.
Yes, the Pan Star Busan One Night Cruise, a maritime tourism product in Busan, has exceeded 200,000 passengers. Now, the Pan Star Group held a ceremony at the Busan Port International Passenger Terminal and awarded a free cruise ticket to Hokkaido, Japan, to the 200,000th passenger. Now, the one-night cruise has attracted over 10,000 passengers annually since its launch, reaching the milestone of 100,000 passengers in August 2013.
네, 21회 부산국제연극제가 5월 개막합니다. 이번 부산국제연극제는 한국과 이탈리아 수교 140주년을 기념해서 세계로 나아가는 부산연극이라는 슬로건으로 5월 24일 개막해 6월 2일까지 열립니다. 올해 행사에는 개막작 모비딕을 비롯해서 13개국 40개 작품이 무대에 오르는데요. 초청 작품 공연은 영화의 전당 하늘연극장, 부산문화회관, 하늘바람 소극장, 영화의 전당, 광안리 만남의 광장 등 실내외 9곳에서 열릴 예정입니다.
The 21st Busan International Performing Arts Festival will open on May the 24th and run until June the 2nd under the slogan Global Link from BIPAF, commemorating the 140th anniversary of Korea-Italy diplomatic relations. This year's event will feature 40 productions from 13 countries, including the opening work, Moby Dick.
부산시가 유기견을 입양한 가족에게 1년 동안 보험을 지원하는 유기동물 펫보험 지원 사업을 오늘부터 시행합니다. 입양 유기견에 대한 걱정을 좀 덜어주고 유기동물 입양에 대한 경제적 부담까지 줄여서 유기견 입양률을 높이기 위한 사업인데요. 펫보험은 입양 동물이 상해나 질병으로 동물병원에서 치료를 받으면 수술비 또는 치료비의 60%를 연간 1,000만 원 한도 내에서 보장하게 됩니다.
Right. Busan City will implement the Stray Animal Pet Insurance Support Project, which supports insurance for families adopting stray animals starting from today. Now, this project aims to alleviate concerns about diseases, injuries, and accidents for adopted stray animals and reduce the economic burden of adopting stray animals, thereby increasing the adoption rate. The pet insurance covers 60% of surgical or treatment costs within an annual limit of 10 million won if the adopted animal requires treatment for injuries or illnesses at an animal hospital.
부산시는 오늘부터 26일까지 2024년 부산 청년 일하는 기쁨카드 지원사업 대상자를 모집합니다. 주민등록상으로 부산에 거주하고 있고 또 중소기업에 재직 중인 18세에서 39세 청년들에게 1인당 100만 원의 복지 포인트를 지원합니다. 대상은 2022년 이후 중소기업에 입사해 3개월 이상 재직 중이고 기준 중위소득 120% 이하인 청년입니다. 올해 모집 인원은 지난해에는 1,000명이었는데 1,650명으로 늘었습니다.
Busan City said today that it will recruit beneficiaries for the 2024 Busan Youth Joy of Working Card Support Project from today until the 26th. Now, this project provides 1 million won in welfare points per person to youths aged 18 to 39 residing in Busan and employed in small and medium-sized enterprises. The recruitment targets youths who have been employed in SMEs since 2022 and have worked for more than 3 months and have an income below 120% of the median income.
부산시 보건환경연구원이 올해 4월부터 12월까지 부산 지역에 있는 소규모 도시 텃밭에 이 토양 안전성 조사를 실시합니다. 조사 항목은 아연, 니켈, 비소, 카드뮴, 구리, 납, 수은 등 이 중금속 8개 항목인데요. 유치원과 어린이집을 포함해 새로 조성되거나 시민생활과 밀접한 도시 텃밭 64곳입니다. 조사 결과 기준을 초과한 지점이 있을 때는 빠른 시일 내에 해당 구군에 통보해서 텃밭의 토양을 바꾸거나 재배 작물의 식용을 금지할 예정입니다.
Right. The Busan Metropolitan Institute of Health and Environment announced today that they will conduct a soil safety assessment of small-scale urban gardens in the Busan area from April to December this year. And the assessment will cover 8 heavy metals, including zinc, nickel, arsenic, cadmium, copper, lead, and mercury. And the survey will include 64 urban garden locations that are either newly established or those that are easily accessible by children.
네. 자, 매일이 특별한 날입니다. 지난주 금요일 4월 12일은 작년부터 기념해 온 제2회 도서관의 날이었는데요. 또 18일까지 목요일까지 도서관 주간이 계속 이어집니다. 올해로 그런데 도서관 주간은 60회를 맞이합니다. 네, 역사가 꽤 오래됐죠. 전국 도서관에서 작가 강연과 토론 등의 지역 도서관 프로그램들이 진행되는데 올해는 도서관 당신의 내일을 소장 중입니다라는 주제로 전국 도서관에서 동시에 행사가 열렸고 부산에서도 부산도서관을 비롯해 시청 들락날락 시민도서관 등 부산 지역 공공도서관 참여하고 있습니다. 특별 강연 36건, 5건의 공연, 96건에 이르는 체험 행사, 전시도 57건, 토론 22건 등 다채로운 행사들이 마련되는데요. 가까운 도서관 홈페이지를 통해서 프로그램 확인하시고 참여 한번 해보시길 권해드려요. 도서관 주간에는 또 대출이 2배로 네, 됩니다. 1인당 보통 5권씩 대출할 수 있는데 10권까지 빌릴 수가 있으니까 넉넉한 가방, 바퀴 달린 가방도 좋습니다. 너무 무거워가지고 책이.
Yeah.
네, 좋은 책이 좀 줍줍하시기 바랍니다.
Ooh, awesome stuff.
네.
So 도서관의 날 would be the library day or the library week, and that's
네.
until the 18th of this month, which is Thursday of this week. And during this time, if you go to the library, you could borrow more than 5 books. You can borrow up to 10 books per person.
네.
So if you do decide to go, and if you are a lover of books, make sure to visit the library this week and just go ahead and carry a suitcase with you and put those books in.
네.
All right, thank you so much for coming in
네,
today.
감사합니다.
Before you go though, perhaps if you could write a handwritten letter today to somebody, who would it be to?
올해 이 도서관 주간에 그 슬로건 도서관 당신의 내일을 소장 중입니다라는 말이 굉장히 마음에 들더라고요. 편지 쓰기를 한다면 저는 10년 후에 저에게 한번 쓰고 싶어요. 잘 지내니? 어떻게 이 일은 어떻게 됐니?
How many pages?
네, 한 석 장?
Wow, 3 pages back to
글씨
back.
크게. 글씨 크게.
Double-sided.
네.
All
네,
right.
그렇게 한번 쓰고 싶네요. 그래서
Cool.
네, 뭐 엄청난 발전이 있고 뭐 돈도 많이 벌고 뭐 방송도 더 많이 하고 뭐 여러 가지가 있었으면 더
Right.
좋을 수도 있겠지만 그렇게 큰 변화도 없이 그냥 잔잔하게 건강하게 있는 그런 날을 확인하고 싶다. 10년으로.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. You could include a picture of yourself
네,
too,
네.
and picture of the current places that you see on an everyday basis, and then put it in a letter.
한번 써보세요. 10년 후에.
Yeah.
네.
My goodness, that'll be a cool experiment.
편지.
맞습니다.
네.
All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
네, 내일 뵙겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
Yeah, that was Hong Dang Dang with us, giving us news updates and what's happening in and around Busan City. The library week is still ongoing until this Thursday, so if you are a bookworm, maybe you love reading books, make sure to check out the library and, go ahead and borrow more than 5. Borrow up to 10. But today's text topic is about writing letters. Who would you like to write a letter to? Yeah? Who would you like? Hong Dang Dang says she would write a letter to herself so that she could read it in 10 years' time. Would you want to write a letter to yourself? And if so, what kind of messages would you like to write to yourself? That'll be nice to know as well, interesting to know. We've got some good afternoon messages from our listeners on our YouTube. Jenny Nim texting in hi as well, but also telling us an unfortunate news saying 온 가족이 감기에 걸려서 고생 중이에요. 애들 데리고 병원 다녀올게요. 방송 듣고 있어요. Oh no, Jenny Nim. It looks like you guys need a good rest. I hope you guys get well soon. Please take care of yourself and stay home, get some good rest, drink lots of water, and I'm sure you'll get well soon with your positive and optimistic energy. And anyone else? If you're sick, please don't be sick. But if you are, get some rest, hydrate yourself, and maybe drink some vitamin C. Take some vitamin C capsules or supplements to help you get rid of the bad virus and the bacteria. Okay, and Suduk-shonim also joining in on the show. Gosunim as well. Welcome to the show, guys. Okay, let me switch back to my original script because this is a tablet I'm using. Okay, I'm back. So we've got more segments coming your way. Text in today's text topic. We'll take a quick song break and we'll be right back. This is Rain by Kim Yerim.
Rain 추억이 아직 없어요 난 고작 20살 여자뿐이었어 Rain 이어폰 속에 비 노래를 부르는 가수 그녀는 뭐 그리 슬픈지 왜 그리 울먹이는 건지 무감각한 날 용서해 슬픈 영화에 모두 울진 않아요 Rain 기분에 따라 그대가 좋고 싫고 해요 근데 지금 막 눈물이 흐르려고 해요 때마침 비가 와서 물기가 자연스러 굴절이 자연스러 맹맹한 게 자연스러 지금 막 소리 내오려고 해요 때마침 비가 와서 침대보 눅눅해서 그 처음에 얼굴 묻어 그래서 습도 1도 올라가 굴절이 자연스러 맹맹한 게 자연스러 지금 막 소리 내오려고 해요 때마침 비가 와서 침대보 눅눅해서 그 처음에 얼굴 묻어 그래서 습도 1도 올라가 Rain 추억이 아직 없어요 난 고작 20살 여자뿐이었어 Rain 이어폰 속에 비 노래를 부르는 가수 그녀는 뭐 그리 슬픈지 왜 그리 울먹이는 건지 이제
It is time for DJ David's Journal. Dear Diary, now this morning was rough because, you know, it was Monday. Waking up every day is a struggle. But Mondays after a weekend, they're the worst. And I felt tired all day and finally made it home in the evening. I had hoped to start exercising tonight, but I ended up not doing it. It's disappointing how I often break promises to myself, especially the ones about staying fit. And I know I should exercise regularly, but sticking to it is hard. We all know exercise is crucial for staying healthy, and people do it for different reasons, like staying fit, being social, or maybe losing weight. And when you exercise, everything matters. A big study found that evening workouts, especially after 6 p.m., are most effective for weight loss. Exercising in the evening can also help prevent heart disease and lower the risk of early death by 61%. Morning and afternoon workouts are good too, but evenings are best. And what's interesting is that how often you exercise matters more than how long you do it each time. The study said any kind of activity counts, even simple stuff like walking fast or maybe even cleaning the house. Just 22 minutes a day can make a big difference. So, tonight's the night, guys. Well, I guess I need to make a plan first, but I'm determined to get started. And that was today's DJ David's Journal. We'll take a quick song break. This is Head Held High by Coraline.
You can't go on trying to be strong but getting weaker, carrying the weight of every single day, having lost your way, feeling defeated, sat staring, counting spiral patterns on the wall. You wonder if your luck is ever gonna turn around at all. The sun to shine again. You gotta keep your head up high. You gotta keep your head up high. You need a little hope to carry on in the middle of the night when you're alone. You gotta keep your head up high. You gotta keep your head up high. Your bedroom carpet stained with rosé wine, empties left behind the morning after. Distant purr of cars on soaking roads, and the street echoes the noise of laughter. The bottom of a bottle finds you almost every night. You wonder if your life is ever gonna turn out right again. You need a little light to guide the way, waiting on the sun to shine again. You gotta keep your head up high. You gotta keep your head up high. Of the changing tides, you're near and empty and you've barely got the will to fight. You wonder if you're gonna live or if you will survive. You need a little light to guide the way, waiting on the sun to shine again. You gotta keep your head up high. You gotta keep your head up high. You need a little hope to carry on in the middle of the night when you're alone. You gotta keep your head.
You are now listening to For Your Busan with David Kim. Stay tuned every day from 4:05 to 6 p.m. for more.
Good afternoon. Jimmy is in the house. How are you doing, man?
Jimmy in the building. Finally, I got to meet you, David.
I know. You're here. You're here for a segment called 부산핫플. And unfortunately, I missed last week because I was a little bit under the weather. But you're here, and this is our official first time together.
I know. This is what I waited for.
All right, so 부산핫플 is a segment. Can you maybe introduce it to our listeners what this segment's all about?
Oh, sure. I'll just briefly go over this segment. In this 핫플 segment, I get to actually go out and visit those various events or festivals or even specific places to let you guys know what kind of events are going on. And also at the same time, I get an opportunity to interview those executives or the participants who's actually on that event as well.
Right. So 부산핫플 is that segment where a reporter goes out to see some great events, activities, and festivals. And I'm looking forward to where you went this past weekend or last week. What event did you go check out?
I actually went to Haeundae Library. Which is actually located in Chadong, Haeundae. That's kind of on the way to the Jangsan Mountain. So many people actually visits there. And the reason why I actually went here is the last Friday, which was April 12th, was the library day.
It was. And the library week is ongoing until Thursday.
For sure. Why you know it.
Yeah.
And it's actually the 60th anniversary of the library day this year.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to, as a person who tries to read a book in a regular basis, I'm not a bookworm myself.
Right. So how many books a year?
Well, to be honest, though, I think I've been telling you this like so many times, but I try to read 30 minutes a day.
30 minutes a day. But 30 minutes a day could be 30 minutes of staring into letter A of the first word.
He knows me. He knows me too well, so I just didn't want to say this, but
like,
you got me.
Oh, 30 minutes done.
I know.
I read the today.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to kind of encourage and wanted to send out this information to the listeners because, as what you said, the library week is held until this Thursday as well. So there are actually a variety of events going on in this library as well. So I kind of met this person who is the manager of this library, who is the head of reading culture department. So shall we go and check out this audio clips together?
Let's do it.
팀장님 안녕하세요. 자기소개 간단하게 부탁드리겠습니다.
예, 안녕하십니까. 저는 해운대 도서관에서 근무하고 있는 주정엽 주무관이라고 합니다.
이 오늘 하는 행사에 대해서 간략하게 소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
올해 도서관 주관이 이제 64년부터 시작해서 60주년을 맞이했습니다.
저희 12일부터 18일까지 도서관 주간 기간 동안 진행되는 텐트 속 도서관과 북 피크닉 이벤트를 기획하시게 된 계기와 설명 간단하게 좀 부탁드리겠습니다.
오시면서 여기 보셨겠지만 해운대 도서관 근처에는 이 냇가와 숲이 조화롭게 지금 어우러져 있습니다. 피크닉 세트를 함께 제공해서 인근에서 시민들이 여유 있게 책과 친숙해지고 추억을 담는 계기를 만들어 드리고자 합니다.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, well, tell us more about this place.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more going on, but I kind of wanted to point out this 텐트 속 도서관. It's actually, you get to actually pre-register as for all, like including us, like all citizens can actually pre-register through this website. And then if you get selected, you actually get to read a book or draw pictures, draw drawings and participate in those kind of activities inside of the tent, which is installed right in front of the museum.
So is it just a single tent for one person or is it like a big tent?
It's kind of small, but there are actually 2 tents are set there. So for 2 families or even 2 individuals.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it looked really cool. So, I mean, I'm going to tell you more about this because I actually had an opportunity to interview those participants. But before we move on, I would like to show you guys another audio clip that I had an interview with the head of learning department, Kim Young-in, team leader. So, shall we listen to this one?
안녕하세요, 팀장님. 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 해운대 도서관 평생학습과에 근무하는 김영인이라고 합니다.
특별한 점이 있다면 어떤 게 있을까요?
저희 해운대 도서관이 어린이 영어 자료하고 관광여행 분야 특성화 도서관입니다.
정말 멋지네요. 그러면 팀장님한테 마지막 질문 드리겠습니다. 팀장님께 책이란 혹은 도서관이란 무엇일까요?
도서관 근무한 지 30년이 다 되어 가는데 지역 주민들에게 책을 많이 읽히기 위해서 저는 얼마나 책을 많이 읽었던가를 생각해 보면 노력이 좀 부족했던 것 같습니다. 그래서 앞으로도 책을 더 많이 읽고 지역 주민들에게 좀 더 좋은 책을 많이 읽혀드릴 수 있는 그 직원이 되도록 노력하겠습니다.
Wow, what a humble lady.
I know, right?
Unlike Jimmy, she said she needs to read more books.
Like even at that time as an interviewer, I kind of like, you know, I'm even worse than you. And then she actually has worked there for 30 plus years.
Right.
And then she's very humble. She was a nice lady. So she actually, you know, helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put you down, but I actually am a worse book reader myself. I haven't even picked up a book since, I don't know, 5 years ago. But we had Kim join him tuning in and texting in saying, I read 1 book a month. So that's really good.
I know. Not that bad at all.
That's really good.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, 1 book a month. I wish I could start somewhere. And maybe for me, 1 book a year. That's a good start.
I know. I read 1 sentence a day, so...
All right, so great interview with Kim Young-in, team leader. I know you have a few more interview clips.
For sure. As what I've said, I actually got an opportunity to interview those participants who was actually doing this, you know, activities inside of the tent.
Okay.
And yeah, let's hear for the first participants first.
안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 한번 부탁드리겠습니다.
해운대구에 살고 있는 성동재라고 합니다.
안녕하세요. 지금 아버님하고 우리 또 아이들하고 텐트 속에서 총 4분이 같이 계신데 일단 이 텐트 속 도서관 이벤트를 어떻게 알게 되고 신청을 하시게 됐는지 한번 여쭤봐도 될까요?
새아이하고 같이 아침에 이제 장산에 산책을 나왔다가 그리고 내려와서 도서관 좀 들리자고 해서 왔는데 이런 이벤트를 하고 있더라고요. 그래서 저희가 이벤트 하는 거 보고 신청해서 참가하게 됐습니다.
안녕하세요. 한 번만 물어볼게요. 지금 이용하고 있는데 기분이 어때요?
몰라요.
Yeah, there was a father and 3 kids.
Yeah, and you know, the kid at the end said he doesn't know. I'm sure he was just really excited to be with his family, just having fun.
He was really shy, but then he was, you know, also cute at the same time. So I kind of... I was really happy to see those 3 kids kind of like they were kind of doing all different things, but they were all in the same tent all together, you know?
Right.
So it was really cute to see.
And with regards to these small, activities that you can do at these events, I saw in one of the pictures that you posted on our YouTube live feed was that it was 사전 예약제, meaning you had to register in advance if you wanted to participate. So for those, you know, special small little activities that you could indulge in during these big events, you have to go online and register in advance.
For sure. I mean, unlike other libraries, I mean, this one is actually located in Chadong. As I said, it's on the way to the Changsan Mountain. So there are a lot of trees and grass. I mean, it's just eco-friendly itself. So I just definitely want you guys to check it out.
And as the weather gets warmer and warmer, a lot of people are probably thinking of going out to camp.
I know.
At beautiful camping sites all across the country. And this was like a little preview for them.
Right. I mean, so there were two tents. So I actually had an opportunity to interview another citizen, another participant, and then he actually has mentioned about camping too. So let's hear it.
안녕하십니까. 자기소개 간단하게 부탁드리겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 좀 부산 해운대 우동에 살고 있는 서덕윤이라고 합니다.
네, 반갑습니다. 지금 이렇게 텐트 속 도서관을 실질적으로 야외에서 이용하고 계신데 어떻게 알고 신청해 주셨을까요?
저 회사에서 일하고 있는데 저희 와이프가 카톡으로 이거 이벤트 하니까 신청을 좀 해라 해서 링크를 걸어줘서 신청을 하게 됐습니다.
일단은 이렇게 또 선정되셔서 진심으로 축하드리고요. 지금 이렇게 낮 시간대 나와 보시니까 어떠세요? 텐트 속에서 이렇게 좀 책도 읽고 그림 그리기도 하고 계신데 어떠십니까?
원래 좀 그 캠핑을 저희가 하고 있는데 원래 캠핑을 하려면 뭐 사이트 예약도 해야 되고 뭐 가서 텐트도 치고 뭐 이렇게 하려면 준비하는 게 너무 버겁고 힘들었는데 간단하게 나와서 이렇게 캠핑 기분을 즐길 수 있는 게 너무 좋은 것 같습니다.
You know, just like he said, have you been camping before and set up your own tent before?
Yeah, of course. When I was little, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And if you go on your own and it's your first time, you better bring a friend because
Otherwise, it's gonna take like hours.
yeah, and it's physically straining. It's physically a lot of work. And
Right.
then you have to think about, taking down the tent later on, which is also very physically exerting and tiring as well. And the father knows because it's a
Right.
lot of work and you're the head of the household, you're the big boss. And you want to take care of your family and
Right.
you want to all have fun. So he's like taking the kids. He's like, hey, let's play in the tent. If you guys like it, maybe in the future we
Right.
can go out to camp. But if you guys don't like it, that will save me some time and energy.
Right. I totally feel you on
Right.
this one. So that's why it was really great to see, those two families, individual families participating in this, tent event and reading a book and drawing pictures and everything. So yeah, if you guys have an opportunity, it's still ongoing until
Okay.
the 18th. So why don't you guys try it out and then read a book in the tent?
Awesome stuff. All right, so this event is still ongoing until this Thursday because it is the library week. And if this piqued your interest, make sure to go onto the website and register in advance to
For
check
sure.
it out. Now, we've got some messages coming in from our listeners as well saying, I've been there. Suduk Shonim saying, I've been there. And tell us, Suduk Shonim, how was it when you were there? Did you like it? And what kind of events did you check out? Let us know. We've also had people texting in with regards to today's text topic. 오늘의 문자 주제에 대해서도 문자를 많이 보내주셨는데요. We've had 고수님 saying, 저는 편지 쓴다면 제 딸과 아내 그리고 가족에게 쓸 것 같아요. What a sweet husband and father you are, huh?
I know.
Yeah. So Jimmy,
Yeah.
with regards to today's text topic, what would you who would you want to write a letter to and why?
I would like to write a letter to my friends in Los Angeles because I haven't got to see them, after COVID. So I would just like to write about their well-being and also, my loved ones and my family. Yeah, definitely. I would like to write something, a lovely message on a postcard.
Wow.
If I have a chance.
How many cards would that be?
That would be like more than 10, I guess.
Man, your hand's going to be tired, all right?
Yeah. So instead, to you, I'm just gonna text you. That's I'm just kidding. I'll definitely gonna write you one too.
We're running out of time. Sorry, Jimmy. Bye-bye.
So, if you ever get a chance to participate in this kind of event, what would you like to do inside of the tent?
Oh, what would I want to do? I'll
Yeah.
write a letter to
Me.
A loved one.
Okay.
Yeah, a loved one. That's
That's
what I'll
nice.
do for sure.
That's nice, for
All
sure.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Thank you so much for coming in and giving us updates and some things to check out this week, especially because the library week is ongoing. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next week.
All right. I'll see you guys next week.
Okay, that was Jimmy with us for our 핫플, 부산핫플 segment. But just going over some of those text messages again, we've had a new listener here for your Busan. 현실을 살자님 tuning in and texting in on YouTube as well, saying 추천 영상으로 보다가 구독했어요. 목소리랑 발음이 정말 훌륭하세요. Thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing to our channel, and welcome to For Your Busan. Just to let you know, this is the best show at BEFM. But there are other worthy shows that you could tune in before this one and after this one. But For Your Busan it's a good show. And thank you for tuning in, 현실을 살자님. We've also had a text message from 3357번님 texting in. 안녕하세요. 저는 지금 캐나다에서 공부하고 있는 친구이자 ex-colleague에게 편지를 보내고 싶어요. 그 친구는 아침마다 성경을 읽고 묵상을 하고 글을 쓰고 책도 많이 읽어요. 저에게 글쓰기를 권하는 손편지와 예쁜 노트를 선물해 주기도 했었거든요. Ooh, that's really cool. And I'm really glad that you are still keeping in touch with your friends and with your ex-colleagues back in Canada, and that's really sweet of you to think of that friend or that ex-colleague, and that thought of you wanting to write a handwritten letter. That's really cool. That's very nice of you. And also, you're tuning in for the first time, aren't you? So welcome to the show again, 3357번님, and thank you for texting in. The time is now 4:52 to almost 4:53. In the second hour, we have our quiz segment. We also have our weekly segment, Busan's Tale, 꼬.꼬.부, going over some interesting historical stories revolving around Busan City and South Korea with Haley, who's going to be coming in and giving us all the wonderful and fun insights of that program segment. We'll take a song to end the first hour. We'll be back at 5. Don't go anywhere. This is Maybe Tomorrow by Stereophonics.
I've been down and I'm wondering why these little black clouds keep walking around with me. In West Town and I'd rather be high. Think of what we outside about rainbow smile, but they're free. They are free. So maybe tomorrow I'll find my way home. So maybe tomorrow I'll find my way home. I look around at a beautiful life, of being the upper side of down, being the inside of out, but we breathe. We breathe. I wanna breathe in an open mind. I wanna swim in the ocean, wanna take my time for me. Oh, me. So maybe tomorrow I'll find my way home. So maybe tomorrow I'll find my way home.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
Electric kickboards and electric bicycles are common on the streets these days. With the increased use of personal mobility devices, the number of accidents and deaths have reportedly increased significantly.
Personal mobility patrol mode.
I don't need to wear a safety helmet because I'm only riding a short distance.
Wear a safety helmet. When you drive your personal mobility devices, you have to wear a safety helmet.
Hey, I rented an electric kickboard. Let's ride it together.
Okay, you drive in the front, I'll get in the back.
Follow the number of passengers. Only one person can ride an electric kickboard and electric wheel parallel car.
Follow the rules of personal mobility devices and drive safely. This campaign is brought to you by BFM 부산영어방송.
부산 글로벌 도시재단 대표이사 전용호입니다. 부산은 물류, 금융, 영상, 관광, 첨단 산업 등 핵심 분야에서 또 한 번의 도약을 준비하고 있습니다. 글로벌 허브 도시 부산의 비전은 부산을 넘어 대한민국의 균형 발전을 촉진할 새로운 계기가 될 것입니다. 부산 글로벌 도시재단은 세계 시민을 연결하는 네트워크로 도시 외교의 중추적 역할을 담당하고 글로벌 부산의 미디어 플랫폼인 부산 영어방송을 통해 영어하기 편한 도시 부산을 만들고 있습니다. 글로벌 허브 도시 부산, 그 중심에 부산 글로벌 도시재단이 있습니다.
Busan Global City Foundation leads the Global Hub City Busan.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
That's it. 포열 부산 아닙니까? There you go.
원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
You're absolutely right.
포열 부산.
Perfect. 포열 부산.
Yes.
할까요? 포열 부산.
You're now listening to For Your Busan with me, David Kim.
Today I'm going to talk to someone and find out a little bit about them. Hi, what's your name? Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Tegan. I'm Pranveer. I've been in Korea for 16 years now. Oh, wow, that's long. Yeah, 16 years. And I engineer materials that go in the mobile devices.
All right, so tell everyone where you're originally from.
I'm originally from India and here in Korea for 16 years. Yeah. I came here to study my master's, and after my master's, I got a job, and ever since I'm working for a big corporation in Korea.
And how has it been working at one of these giant corporations in Korea? I know that people say it's very stressful. Tell about your life at a big job like this.
Very stressful is a very mild way of putting it. It is quite hectic because of the hardcore deadlines and the hardcore expectations that we have to meet in those deadlines. When it's like when you get a task, you feel like, oh wow, that's impossible. But at least we'll just run the course and just show that how it is impossible. But when we run the course, we work so hard that we make it possible, and the things that you get in the market are a result of the hard work of many teams who work. And if you work in a Korean company, you realize that how the hard work can lead to the amazing results which would not be possible otherwise.
So you feel like you've accomplished a lot.
Yes, yeah. Because when I started working here, I had worked in India for 2 years, and then I came here for my master's and started working. But if I do the comparison, the level of work, the level of dedication, and the hard work, and the kind of technology that are at disposal here, make it quite a unique experience, and there is a lot of sense of achievement when because of the hardcore timelines that I talked about. There is a lot of sense of achievement because when you achieve something which sounds impossible, but you achieve it in the timeline, it just gives you that amazing sense of achievement, and you feel like wow, I did that. Yeah.
And how do you manage your stress then? Do you have like hobbies, or what do you like to do to relieve your stress?
Like Holi Hai. So this is one of the events that we do once a year, but we have so many of these events.
So what is Holi Hai?
So Holi Hai is basically it's an Indian festival called Holi, which is a festival of colors, which we celebrate generally when at the start of spring. It's a festival which indicates that spring is here. So normally it's celebrated in the month of March and April. It's a festival of colors. You see a lot of people, a lot of strangers just putting colors on each other.
Putting colors? What do you mean by putting colors? What kind of, is this paint, or what kind of things is this?
It's the color powder, and in India, if you go back in India, there are like various versions of this color. So you have color powder, you have paints, you have water balloons, you have color balloons, everything. You get a lot of stuff. But here in Korea, we do it with the color powder only. And it's fun. So managing stress is usually through weekend outings. I go on tours. I travel a lot in Korea. So I travel, and I'm a big foodie. My wife is also a big foodie, so we go around, eat food.
Do you guys like Korean food, or what kind of foods do you like?
Oh, we love Korean food. I've been here for so long that when I go back to India, when I visit India for like 2 weeks, I start missing Korean food from the third day.
What is like your favorite Korean food?
Favorite would be samgyeopsal, of course. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people that maybe aspire to have a job like you, would you give them any advice on how they can obtain it?
Study hard, because that's the only way you can sustain in Korea, because of the work pressure and the demands that are required of you, and the timelines that you have to match. So study hard, be ready for hard work, never be afraid of failure, because you will fail a lot, but at the end you will achieve something, because even in the failures you find the reasons for what are the reasons for not doing something. You get to know that. So don't be afraid of failures, work hard, study hard. That would be my mantra.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Tegan.
Thank you, Tegan, and thank you, Pranveer, for featuring on the show for today's On the Mic. And Pranveer is originally from India, but has been in Korea for about 16 years, and he's currently working at one of the large corporations as an engineer. And he discusses how it's it's how it is to work for such a big company in Korea and how that there's so much demand and stress, but he's able to, overcome it through his daily life routines as well. And if you are interested in becoming an engineer in Korea, it's not going to be easy. But at the same time, it's got its own benefits, the quirks of being an engineer in Korea, because it's such a highly competitive field of work. You learn so much from it as well while working, and I'm sure there are other great benefits, that comes with all the hard work that you put in. And he loves the Korean food because he's been here for so long. You have to love it, really, I guess. You have to find ways to find food that fits your dietary needs as well. And I remember he said he loves samgyeopsal. And I'm craving for that right now for some reason. Maybe it's the rainy day. Maybe because it's raining outside and I'm craving for some good pork meat. So maybe tonight's dish, something to do with pork. Maybe that's my food option. And he also says he likes to relieve stress by attending events such as Holi High, which is an Indian festival. I remember it was held in Busan a couple of years back, maybe 2018 or 2019. And it was such a colorful event. And I remember they used like cornstarch powder too. That was like eco-friendly as well. And everyone who attended the event they all came out to be very colorful. Pink, yellow, green, blue, all sorts of colors all on their bodies as well. A very fantastic, colorful event. But once again, thank you, Tegan, and thank you, Pranveer, for featuring on the show. It is now 5:08. In the afternoon, and we are in the second half of For Your Busan. So if you're just tuning in, welcome to the show. Today's text topic is about handwritten letters. If you could write it today, who would you write it to? Tell us who you would write a handwritten letter to. We've had a message earlier by Jenny Nim saying, 저는 데이빗한테 쓸래요. Ooh, yes. Please send one here to BEFM. And I love to read that. A handwritten letter from our listener, Jenny Nim. Anyone else? Let us know who you would like to write a handwritten letter to. Pound 9050, shop 9050 will cost you 101. A Kakao Talk message or YouTube live 댓글창. Let us know. All right, we'll take a quick song break and we'll go right into our next segment. This is 좋다고 말해 by 볼빨간 사춘기.
안녕 오늘도 같은 자리 버스 창가에 기대 앉은 내게 인사를 해 Hi 역시는 받아주지를 않네 인기 많고 잘생긴 너 내게만 그렇게 쌀쌀하게 굴더라 근데 last night 기억나 난 네가 좋다고 했어 그 예쁜 가로등 아래서 난 네가 좋다고 말했어 다음부터 모른 척 아닌 척해도 You have to know that 확신을 해야 돼 너 그날 넌 내가 좋다고 했어 Yeah, if you like me or love me just say yes, yes, yes And then I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend 어서 내게 좋다고 말해줘 몰래 오늘도 도서관 맨 앞자리에 기대 앉은 내게 인사를 해 Oh boy 역시 넌 받아주지를 않네 인기 많고 잘생긴 너 내게만 그렇게 쌀쌀하게 굴더라 근데 last night 기억나 난 네가 좋다고 했어 그 예쁜 가로등 아래서 난 네가 좋다고 말했어 그래야 돼 너 그날 넌 내가 좋다고 했어 Yeah, if you like me or love me just say yes, yes, yes And then I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend 어서 내게 좋다고 말해줘 널 참 많이 좋아하는 건데 우린 이어질 수 없는 걸까 내겐 요복지마가 부끄러워 초라해 yeah. 내 곁엔 항상 키 크고 이쁜 애들이 넘치는데 우와. If you like me If you like me yeah. And then I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend 어서 내게 좋다고 말해줘 If you like me or like me just say yes, yes, yes And then I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend 어서 내게 좋다고 말해줘
Zooby-dooby, zooby-dooby, bum-ba-da Zooby-dooby, ba-dum-bum Zooby-dooby, zooby-dooby, 나 제일 빠가 stupid man
Zooby-dooby, zooby-dooby, bum-ba
It is time for Zooby Dooby, which is time for our Busan Quiz segment. And we've got a fun quiz segment every single day, different themed quizzes. We have one where we guess Busan through numbers, guess Busan by sound. We try to identify Busan's tourist attractions through foreigner reviews and others. Today, it's all about numbers. 오늘은 숫자에 관한 퀴즈입니다. You guys have to guess a correct number. You have to guess a number that's closest to the answer, rather. And we'll present you with a question asking for a specific number associated with a topic. Now, if your guess is the closest to the actual number of the item or something, you could win a prize. 네, 바로 근사치 퀴즈입니다. 저희가 제시하는 한 물건이나 대상에 대해서 가장 가까운 숫자를 맞추는 퀴즈인데요. 가장 정답에 가까운 숫자를 보내주신 분들 중 추첨을 통해서 선물을 드립니다. Now, last weekend's weather was amazing. Lots of folks were out and about and enjoying the beautiful day. And so, did you guys also get to go out and get some vitamin D by taking in the sunlight? And if you did, you might have noticed a bunch of people, a bunch of tourists from all over the world exploring the city of Busan, the streets of Busan, and coming here to sightsee as well. And so, yeah, since the pandemic, after the pandemic, the tourist numbers have been bouncing back to normal levels. So here's today's question. How many foreigners visited Busan in February according to official statistics? 네, 지난 2월에 부산을 방문한 외국인의 수는 몇 명이나 될까요? 오늘은 그 근사치 숫자를 맞춰보는 겁니다. 네, so how many people, how many foreigners, not just people, foreigners outside of Korea visited Busan in February according to statistics? 힌트를 드리자면, if I were to give you a hint, 지난해 같은 기간 대비 107%가 증가했습니다. So if you know the numbers, the number of foreigners that visited Busan in February last year, you could times 1.07, I guess. Is that how it works? No, 2.07. 이 107% 증가했습니다. 숫자 1이 두 개 들어갑니다. So the number one is, you can see number one twice in this number. So it could be like 101. It could be, I don't know, 111. Well, that'll be three number ones. That wouldn't make sense. But if you think you know the answer, send it to pound 9050 shop 9050. It'll cost you 101. A Kakao Talk message. Or you can freely share your answers via YouTube Live at 댓글창 and let us know your answers there. We'll take a quick song break and we'll be right back. So keep those answers coming in. Maybe the song we're going to be listening to is not maybe. It's going to be Hall of Fame by The Script.
बिजलियां
by the script, and we are in the middle of our Busan Quiz segment, all about numbers. We asked you how many people. No, not how many people. I keep making that same mistake. It's how many foreigners visited Busan in February. February is 2월 달에 방문한 외국인 숫자. 지난 2월에 부산을 방문한 외국인의 수는 몇 명이나 될까요?가 질문이었습니다. How many foreigners visited Busan in February according to statistics was the question. We've got some very good guesses coming in and some very far-fetched numbers as well. Far-fetched meaning 좀 많이 차이가 나는 숫자들이 좀 있습니다. We had 고수님 who seems very determined to get the answer right this time. 이번에는 큰 accuracy? No. I think he's very determined to get the answer right this time with a huge number 148만 1,224명. 너무 커요. It's too big. The number is too big. I'll give you a hint. 20만보다는 작습니다. It's less than 20만, 200,000. 20만보단 작습니다. We've got 1970번님 with an even bigger number. 1,100만이요. 그럴 것 같아요. And then 정정하셨습니다. 너무 많고요. 110만으로 할게요. 110만보다도 작습니다. It's going to be less than 200,000, more than 100,000. 10만이랑 20만 사이로 보면 될 것 같습니다. I'll give you more hints. 팬데믹이 시작되기 전인 2019년 2월에는 17만 2,625명이 방문했는데요. 이 숫자보다 적습니다. Oh, so I've narrowed down the range for you. It's now between 100,000 to 170,000. So between 100,000 to 170,000. 그리고 일자 수까지 맞추셔야 됩니다. You have to get to the ones. That's very difficult, isn't it? 100짜리 단위는 5입니다. So the hundredth, the numbers in the hundreds, not the hundredth. The numbers in the hundreds is 5. Okay, so it's between 100,000 and 170,000. There's going to be 2 number ones in there. And the hundreds will be 5. So it'll be like, 100 and something thousand, 500 and something. So that's the hint I could give you. That's about it. Let us know. Text in your guesses. So we've got more. 1970번님, 생 11만요. 오, 11만보다는 많아요. 7018번님 again with the guess. Also saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too as well. 14만 111명. Wow, that's so close. 너무 가까운데요. 1970번님 saying 15만 6,715. 보다 작습니다. It's a little less than that. 7018번님 1이 2개 들어간다길래 1을 4개 넣어봤어요. Good try. You know what? I have to say 7018번님 you are very close to the answer. I'll tell you that much. 14만 111명에서 진짜 가까운 숫자입니다. 여기서부터 많은 guess들 한번 try guys. Take a jab at it. Take a guess. It's gonna be 14만 500 something. 네, see 1970번님 생 14만 500 something. 542. Very close. Very close. Okay. 써리님 with a guess as well. saying 14만 3,526명. Wow. Very close. You know what? I'll give you another hint. The ones digit는 못 말씀드리고요. The tens digit. Tens digit. The thousands. I'll give you a hint. Thousands에는 없습니다. Thousands is 0. Yeah. Thousands is 0. So it's 14만 something. 0 thousands. 500 and something. So let's leave it at that. 써리님 with a good guess. 문정은님 with a good guess as well. 문정은님, you're very close. You're so close. Ugh, I just want to tell you guys, but I just can't because we're going to take a song break and we'll be right back. This is It Ain't Over Till It's Over by Lenny Kravitz.
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Hosted by David Kim, airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back. We heard that song, It Ain't Over Till It's Over, because it ain't over till it's over. We have to reveal the answer, but before I do that, I'll maybe give you 10 more seconds to guess and write. And you guys were all very close because I told you guys it's 14만 without the chons, and then 500 something. And you know that there's going to be another one in there. So it's 14만 510 something So you have to guess the one now. The ones digit, rather, I mean. And a lot of people have been guessing in very close numbers. 문정은님 with a jab at it. Almost with every single 1번호 다 부르셨어요. But I'll just choose one. 14만 14명. That's your final guess. Okay. And then 써리님 guessing in with a good guess as well. 14만 516명. Oh, that's a very good guess. And you also, 제니님 also said 14만 516명. How do I say that? 14만 516명. Right. 14만 516명. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm getting confused. 수득쇼님, very good guess as well. 14만 512명. 14만 521명 or 21명 by 고수님 as well. Very good guesses. Oh my, oh my. 1970번님 saying 경매하는 것 같네요. Like I'm auctioning. auction 치고 너무 느려요, 그렇죠? If I were to auction, I'll be like 14만 500. I can't do it. I can't do it that fast. Maybe we'll ask Haley when she comes in for the next segment. See if she can do the auction style speaking. 오늘은 과했네요. I'll reveal the answer, guys. It's 14만 516명입니다. The answer is 140,516. That's the number of foreigners that visited Busan in February. That was the official statistics by Southeast Regional Statistics Office. Wow, that's a lot of people, isn't it? 14만 516명. 6명. I don't know why I keep pausing there. It must be like 6명. That's what I want to say, but I can't be saying that. That's dumb. But anyway, the number of foreign tourists who visited Busan in February was total. The total was 140,516, increase of 107% compared to the same period last year. That's a lot. That's a lot. Hopefully, it'll just keep increasing as the number of months go by this year because the weather is getting fantastic. It's getting better with lots of events set here in Busan. But without further ado, I'll reveal today's winner for the 커피 2잔 쿠폰. 7018번님 축하드립니다. Woohoo! Congratulations. And if you heard, you might have heard Haley's voice. So we're going to go right into our next segment, Busan's Tale. 꼬.꼬.부. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Busan's Tale, 꼬.꼬.부.
Tales. Once upon a time.
Hey, Haley, how you doing?
I'm doing well-ish. I made it here. It was raining, pouring outside. Yeah.
Did you made it here with an umbrella or did you just run through?
Oh goodness,
avoiding
no.
the
I mean,
rain
if I
pellets?
did, you would know because my hair would be about double the size. I drove and then I had an umbrella from the parking lot, but people are kind of driving like maniacs.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, this morning when I was on Morning Wave, we're doing accident reports. I think 5 or 6 accidents just in the morning. Hopefully, a lot fewer in the afternoon, but by the way, it didn't even rain in the morning, and still, roads were a mess. So please be careful.
Please.
Guys, everyone, please.
2 hands on the wheel. I can't emphasize that enough. And also, no texting and driving.
Yeah, and like fix your wiper setting so it is wiping away.
Right, and I know there's been a lot of dust lately too. And if you didn't get a car wash and stuff,
That's me. My car's clean now. It's one upside of the heavy rain.
Right.
It's like, I got a free car wash. Cool.
yeah, go out but drive safe. Yes, drive safe. All right. Well, you're here for Busan Tales. Actually, before we get to Busan Tales, I mentioned you during our Busan Quiz segment.
Oh, my auction voice?
Yeah, do you have one? Do you know how to imitate
Can
one?
you give me a number? I mean, I can talk fast.
140514 or 14만 514, 14만 154.
자, 부산의 외국인 관광객 수 14만 524명, 14만 524명, 14만 525명 계십니까? 14만 525명 계십니까?
Wow.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
You're pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, 대박. Next time we have a number quiz, I'll invite you over if you're out there.
Cool, I'll cameo.
Awesome. That's really cool. 소름 돋았습니다. 재밌네요.
아이, 감사합니다.
But we're not here to talk about numbers today. We're going to be talking about a special story.
We are. So, I have a question. You are not an only child, correct?
No, I have a younger sister, yeah.
How is your relationship?
We're pretty good. She's really young.
Oh.
많이 young. She's really young.
늦둥이. She's a baby of the family.
Yeah, and I basically took care of her a lot when she was, in the baby age.
So you're a really good brother, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but 이건 또 두 쪽 다 들어봐야 되거든요. Every story has two sides.
Okay.
Have you ever done the thing, mom and dad are not really your mom and dad? We found you somewhere. You're adopted.
Oh, I know those kind of stories
Okay.
when they try to scare you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's always like the same kind of scenario. Everyone has a template. In Korean, like, oh, mom and dad aren't mom and dad. We actually found you under a specific place. And that place depends on what your city or town is. And it's very quintessential of where you are. So we're going to meet David, age 5, who hit a really big growth spurt.
Oh.
And Haley, age 11, roughly the same size as I was when I was 11. So let's meet them.
Luna, let's play. I'm bored.
Oh my God. David, I'm a preteen. I am 11. I don't play. I hang out. 야, 넌 아직 초등학교도 안 갔으면서 뭘 나랑 놀라 그래? 급 떨어지게. Go away. Oh my God, I have friends coming over soon. Go to your room, shut the door, and pretend like you're not here until they're gone.
No, mom and dad told me that you have to watch me. Are you gonna watch me when you can't see me?
뭐야, 글자도 모르면서 말을 왜 저렇게 잘해? Mom and Dad? Oh, you mean Mr. and Mrs. Kim?
What are you talking about?
Oh my God, you don't know? Wait, can I tell you a secret? Did you know they're my mom and dad, but they're not yours?
What? Where did I come from?
I remember the day. The year 1992.
Huh?
It was raining, like this day. It was windy, but then we just heard this little baby cry underneath the bridge.
No.
야, 너 다리 밑에서 주워왔어.
아니야. 엄마가 나 영도 병원에서 태워다 댔죠.
아줌마가 영도 병원이 아니라 영도 다리 밑에서 주워온 거야.
아니야.
I mean, you're almost 5. You should know the truth.
말도 안 돼. You're so mean. I'm gonna go look for my real mom and dad. I'm running away.
올드 아이스크림. The worst.
Oh man, you're such a meanie.
I know. Was that like 생활 연기? Did that come out of real life experiences? Was that method?
My
real
goodness.
life? We'll never know.
I'm gonna have to go to the community center and ask for a detachment.
Yeah, seriously. You're gonna
she's
need
no longer my
therapy from
sister.
yeah.
Yeah.
My sister traumatized me. All right, so my sister definitely played that joke on me. So I was channeling my older sister.
Oh wow.
So we usually say like 다리 밑에서 주워왔어. That's the phrase that we use, and it's the bridge that kids are found and picked up from, and it's very telling of where a specific city sees that as a major, a major landmark. So for a while in Busan, almost all kids, at least according to their mean older siblings, were found under 영도다리. 영도다리 밑에서 주웠다고. So you actually may not have been found under the bridge per se, but you've probably been there, or you will. Maybe you'll want to after this episode of Busan Tales, the Yeongdo Bridge Tales. So it connects. It's a bridge, right? It connects Yeongdo, the island, to mainland of Busan. Also, it was one time a technological marvel and a carrier of all the woes and pains of the people of Busan.
Yeah, it's got a lot of history to this bridge, but it's also to this day a fascinating one because it folds.
It does. It's a drawbridge, right?
Right,
So have you ever actually seen it draw
No,
up?
unfortunately, I've never been able to. I've always know of the time when it does. Now I kind of get confused. Maybe you can tell us when what time it does. But I've always been wanting to see it, but never was able to see it. I just heard of stories.
Right. So, but let's go back to the beginning because, as you said, it has a long and storied history. So, when was the bridge built? For that, we go all the way back to 1934. So, actually, the bridge is 90 years old this year.
Wow.
Yeah, it is an old man or woman. So in the 1930s, the population of Yeongdo, this tiny fishing village, had exceeded 20,000. And that entire population, if they wanted to go to mainland Busan, they had to get on a boat. And there were these like tiny rowboats. So in 1926, the Japanese Governor General of Korea, the Joseon 총독부, they decided to build a bridge. So then came engineer Yamamoto Utaro, who studied in the U.S. and came up with this idea, this novel idea back then to make it a bascule or a drawbridge. In Korean, we call it 도개교. So that's the bridge that opens.
Right.
Which, I mean, this is the 1920s. I mean, cars barely started getting commercialized. Can you imagine a bridge opening?
Exactly. That'll be really, it's a fun, cool sight to see.
But when someone tells you that idea, you're like, you're insane.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
How do you even
don't
lift
know.
that up?
Like, you don't know what are you going to have to get ropes and what?
Right.
So, but he pushed on and construction broke ground and it finally was completed after 3 years. So to Japan, because it was the colonial times, it was this gleaming symbol of their colonialism and their empire, which to us, not so great. But when it was completed on November 23rd of 1934, there was this grand opening, including 500 high-ranking government officials. Ships were all sounding their horns and fireworks. Also, the government had brought in 128 young students to take the first steps across the bridge, the symbol of youth and vivacity for a massive, PR effect. And then chaos ensued. And this is what 동아일보, the newspaper back then, wrote about it at the time, if you could do the honors.
Okay, it said nearly 80,000 people had pushed in from both directions, creating massive confusion. It was the biggest hit since the entire city of Busan was created.
Biggest hit indeed. 80,000. And I just told you, when the bridge was built, the entire population of Yeongdo was 20,000.
Right.
So 4 times, quadruple the number of the population of the island had come to the bridge trying to take the first steps.
My goodness, it would have been very chaotic, very scary.
Right.
Much like some of the scenes that we've seen recent years with mass crowding.
Exactly. But the thing is, how we feel about crowds right now, it's not quite what they felt 90 years ago. So it was more festive and people were just kind of overly excited. But the thing is, though, it wasn't a hit for everyone because, all right, imagine there was an island, mainland, water. Now you have a bridge over it. Who is losing money?
Are you talking real estate here?
Well, real estaters gained money, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's losing money?
I'm never taking investment tips from you. That was horrible.
No, real estate.
Big tip, listeners. Don't ever
Real
take
estate.
money advice from David.
Well, you know that I don't have a house. That's all.
Well,
That's what you know now.
You and me both. We have that in common. But the boat people.
Oh, the
people
boat
who
people.
used to give rides for a price from and to the island.
Okay.
So back then, there were these motorized boats that would carry people and cargo. And it had 32 crew members. And they would work from 5 a.m. to midnight, carrying an average of 10,000 people per day. A total of 52 million across 15 years.
Wow.
But with the bridge, completely gone.
I guess from the island to the mainland, you no longer lead it because
Right.
people will just take the
You can walk,
bridge.
and I mean, I've walked across the bridge. It's a fairly short walk, so why would you want to go down to the docks, get on a boat, pay when I can use my legs for free?
I guess come with new technology, you sometimes have to deal with the
There's
getting
always
rid
that
of-
downfall, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess, what about larger boats then?
Well, I mean, of course, the bridge opens to let you in. However, they've had to deal with something that they've never dealt with before: traffic. Water traffic. Exactly. So, I mean, vessels that weigh over 1,000 tons, they had to wait until the drawbridge drew
no.
open.
Right.
So the bridge back then opened 6 times a day, and it was open for 15 minutes, which really interestingly, if you're on foot and you're waiting 15 minutes for that bridge to close back up,
Eternity.
it is forever.
Yeah.
But for ships, I mean, that is like the fastest 15 minutes of their life. So they have to be very organized. And when the light went green, move swiftly. And by the way, it is incredibly hard to maintain direction when you're in water. Also, if you weigh 1,000 tons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, there were some accidents, including trams colliding with parts of the bridge and ships as well. Actually, there was even an accident last week in 2024 with the crossing bar that lets cars in and out malfunctioning and crashing onto a car that was passing through.
Oh, yikes.
Thankfully, no one was hurt, but
Okay.
yeah, these weird things happen.
Wow. And then I guess we fast forward to the Korean War when where Yeongdo Bridge once again became a major landmark.
Right. So, I mean, I think we can kind of we've learned by now that anytime something major happens in Busan, it goes back to the Korean War. And of course, this is when the original city center was crowded with refugees running away from the ravages of war. And this included families who are torn apart, couples who are separated, children orphaned, or they have no idea where their parents are, so on and so forth. So, I mean, think about it. If you know your family's getting separated, or it's a kind of a big risk you're taking in this massive land journey, what would you do? Like, what would you tell your sibling or son, daughter, child?
I mean, you would tell them to meet at a landmark.
Exactly. And that's what we're told to do in modern times. In times of natural disasters, pick an evacuation spot and meet your family there. And that's what they did too. And back then, Yeongdo Bridge was like the most famous bridge in southern part of Korea.
Right.
So they made promises even as they were fleeing North Korea to, if you make it safely down south, meet us on Yeongdo Bridge. So it was this place of reunions. Unfortunately, not many of them actually materialized for one reason or another, but it really shows you how well known, how famous and symbolic that bridge was back then.
For sure.
So, I mean, if you can imagine, during wartime, then day in and day out, refugees would come and go asking, have you seen my husband? Have you seen my wife? Have you seen so-and-so? This is what they look like. So, and then they would put up flyers. So the bridge, well, if you go to like Namsan, or Paris, especially in Paris, the bridge there has like all these locks with couples that have put the locks on there. Imagine that, but with a lot more tragedy and posters and flyers of families and descriptions of have you seen this person. So yeah, that was just a bit of a tragedy, but at the same time, it was a meeting place for a smaller scale, like everyday purposes as well. Because if you're meeting, well, I mean, there are places like that. If you're meeting someone in Seomyeon, you meet them in front of that old department store.
Right.
Yeah, on Chungangdaero. If you're meeting someone at Centum or underground, like you're probably meeting them by the fountain of another department store.
Sure.
Right. And so on and so forth. So if you're meeting someone in Busan, back then in the 30s and 50s and so on, you're meeting them on Yeongdo Bridge. Except make sure you tell them which direction.
Oh, yeah,
Because, I mean, you could be at either end of the bridge, waiting. And
Now you
getting
have to wait
mad
15 minutes.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, great, the bridge is up. Yeah. So, and no cell phones back then. So, yeah. And then, interestingly, also underneath the bridge, no babies, but fortune tellers.
Oh, why were they hiding down there?
Well, they weren't hiding down there, but they were having business.
Okay.
A booming business down there.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you're still traumatized by the I found you under the bridge bit.
Yeah, you come down here and we'll figure out who your mom and dad is.
Exactly. Well, yeah, basically that's exactly it.
Oh, really?
Because here's the thing. This is war times.
Yeah.
People have questions. Well, there are uncertainties
about the future.
Everything, about where your next meal is coming from, where your family is. So, I mean, this is once again the 50s, the wartime 50s. So, if you're grasping at last straws, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, you want to get any sort of answers and any sort of help.
You
right.
seek the supernatural.
Yeah.
So that led to the creation of what's called the 점바치 골목, the 점바치 alley, like 점쟁이 fortune tellers with a little bit of a regional dialect and the dialect of times back then. And according to lore, a lot of these fortune tellers were actually blind.
Oh wow.
So you can kind of see then, which is kind of interesting and touching, that people who had severe disabilities, and once again, this being 1950s, kind of, survival. If you had a disability, you likely couldn't survive for that long, but you
Right.
somehow found a way to make ends meet.
Sure.
You somehow found a way to kind of, I guess, use your when life gives you lemons, you made lemonade, essentially.
Right.
So,
Even though they had disabilities, they were able to make some sort of a way to get some money in.
Right. And I think that's kind of what wartime Busan was all about around Yeongdo, because that's where people who are really at the rock bottom of their lives, they're thousands and thousands of kilometers away from home, they're away from their families, who knew if they were going to make it, but you just kind of found refuge.
Sure.
Like a haven somehow in one pocket or another. But unfortunately, the war, and then after the war came the tough economic times. So this was also a side of tragedies with some people throwing themselves off the bridge.
I see.
Right. So, nowadays, coming back to 2024, there's a lot of arguments for modernizing the bridge. I mean, they don't really need to draw the bridge anymore. It's more ceremonial
Right.
than functional. And even getting rid of the drawbridge function. But there's still kind of that cool factor. Of course, there are 7 other bridges in Busan, all of them much taller, much longer than Yeongdo, and a lot more technologically advanced. They have more lights and fireworks shooting out of them.
Right.
But to Yeongdo's defense, you can be sure that no other bridge in all of Busan has more history and has more stories hidden, the human touch, than Yeongdo.
Yeah, I mean, wow, wonderful stories that you basically summed up in 10 minutes of time. So much history kind of interlinked with this bridge. I don't want it to go away. Personally, I
Yeah.
want it to stay forever.
Right.
Because it's got so much memories attached to so many people in and around Yeongdo and Busan City too, right?
And usually when we talk about history, we talk about a relic in a museum. But this
Yeah.
is still a living, breathing, people still walk on it every single day. So I
Yeah.
think it's just amazing that it can be such a big part of our everyday lives, yet carry over almost 100 years of history.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I just wish it'll stay forever and not get removed.
Well, hopefully we can make that happen.
Yes. Cross our fingers. Knock on wood. Thank you so much for coming in today for the wonderful stories of Yeongdo Bridge.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good week. Drive safe.
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll see you next week.
And the tale will continue next week.
All right, for sure. That was Haley with us for Busan 꼬.꼬.부, Busan's Tale. I always love it when she comes in because I get to learn about new things, new stories, new history, facts, and information about things that have happened in Busan and things that we should remember about. Okay, well, the time is 5:53 on the clock. We are towards the getting towards the end of the show, and there's our last song already. Thank you all for tuning in and joining in on the show. And we'll see you tomorrow at 4:05 for our Tuesday's episode of For Your Busan. And I'll say goodbye with this last song, 사랑이 다른 사랑으로 잊혀지네 by 하림. See you later, alligator.
보았어 변한 것 같아도 변한 게 없는 너 가끔 서운하니 예전 그 마음 사라졌단 게 예전 뜨겁던 약속 버린 게 무색해진데도 자연스러운 일이야 그만 미안해하자 다 지난 일인데 누가 누굴 아프게 했건 가끔 속절없이 나 잠 못